Hi, this is Connie from Prosperity Finance. Thank you for being here today. We got asked a lot of times, people want to know at what point we should contact the mortgage broker. Is that when you are ready to apply? The answer is actually no. The answer is as early as possible. The moment you have the thoughts about purchasing something or have a change in terms of your property portfolio or your home, then you need to engage your broker. I give you an example to show you why it's that important to get your broker engaged early. We recently have a prospects contact us after they sold their family home. They want to employ our service to help them to purchase a new home. What we find out is that after all the facts find, we realize the new home they can afford, there's actually not much difference from what their old property. So it doesn't really able to achieve what they want to achieve in terms of lifestyle, etc. But it's too late because their property has been sold and they have to settle anyway. On the other hand, we have a client also thinking about upgrading home because they're just sick of commute time in the morning. So they engage us early, they contact us, and we find it out, yes, you have to sell the home in order to buy. But hey, you need to make sure you sell at a minimum price so that you can still afford the property that you dream to buy. So you have to have the buying rule, but you also have selling rule. So if they wait till after they sell their home, then there's a limited thing we can help. So in that case, we firstly understand what is the minimum selling price in order to achieve the goal. And then we refer very ethical, very experienced real estate agents to help these clients, give them some advice, what they need to do with the property so they can get those value and max out the selling price. And every time the client has an offer, they can't decide what to do, they contact us and we're going to tell them, if you sell at this price, what is the budget for your new home? So it helped them to make a decision should they accept the offer or not. In the end, they still sell their property at a much lower price than they expected in the first place. One is just reflect the market right now. It's so quiet, a lot of buyers, they're trying to bargain. But on the other hand, their property has a plaster cladding, and if they don't sell now, they're going to sell at much lower price. And that advice actually comes from that real estate agent we refer, really ethical agent. So they receive a good advice from our referral and they decide to sell. Although they haven't able to secure the new home, but at least they have a peace of mind that they have get rid of the property now so they don't lose more money, and then save more. Later on they can still able to purchase the property they want. It's just waiting for a little bit longer, but they have a hope. So this is a kind of quite contrast example to show you the value they receive by contacting the mortgage broker early on, as opposed to take all the action and then just ask the broker to submit the application. We also have another example recently where the client actually lived in Remuera in a like really good house that's probably worth about $1.8 million. And they're thinking about buying a rental property so that they have some passive income at the time of retirement. And also the capital growth from that rental property potentially help them to pay off their loan. So that's a great idea. Not every people will have that knowledge. So I was quite impressed. But what I find out is that based on the current situation, the budget for the rental property is only up to 500K. There's actually very limited option, especially they want to buy in Auckland. Well, if you buy the wrong property, then there will be a little capital gain anyway. So it's not really achieving the goal. They have been to other brokers and they're telling them the same. You can't go over the 500K mark. When a client comes to me, yeah, I did the calculation as well, but then I take one step back and ask the reason they want to buy a rental property. By understanding their goal, I ask them that question: do you really have to live in a property that was $1.8 million? If you move further away from the city, you probably can still enjoy the same lifestyle, but you can free up some of the wealth and put that equity into the rental home so that you probably can afford a better rental home, which has the capital growth potential. So those kind of thinking need some knowledge and experience. So that's kind of a value that we provide to a client. And in fact, we spend half of our time, if we look at the whole kind of a customer journey from the first inquiry to settlements, we probably spend half of our time actually in the planning stage. And that's where our value is. We're not just a transactional broker like the bank. Bank is just a product that we use. You can go to the bank, we can go to the bank, but the difference is we help you, we understand your goals, and we help you to make the best decision possible. So in this video, I would like you to think about if you have any situation where you want to purchase or selling property, the first thing you need to think about is to engage your mortgage broker and get them involved, get them engaged, get some advice, then help you to be more successful. Thank you for watching. If you like our content, please feel free to send it to your family and friends who would also appreciate the value. And we also have a YouTube channel that feel free to subscribe. Every week we have a great content on that channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.